Stay by me now. Don't say
To start this makeup, I'm using this MAC eyeshadow base in soft ochre, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid and underneath the lid because I will be applying eyeshadows there. What this does, it makes my eyeshadow pop. It also prevents it from cracking or creasing, and it also makes it more intense since it is neutralizing all the purple undertones in my eyes. It really gives a blank canvas for my eyeshadow. To prep the face, I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I'm just going to spray this all over the face. This stuff is amazing. Mixed with my Nivea Men Aftershave Balm, which I already have on my face. It is the perfect mix. Following that, I'm picking up my Smashbox pore eraser, and this is just going to do that, erase the pores. Well, more like fill them in, but it is only a temporary fix. It doesn't fix the pores, but it does fill them in, giving the makeup a smooth surface to go on. For foundations today, I'm mixing my new favorite combo, which is the L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 104 and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Warm Nude. I'll leave all the products listed in the description box. Now I'm just going to do a quick mix of that foundation, which is the most amazing mix for me. I cannot tell you or explain to you how great this mix has been working for me. I'm just going to mix it with my damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to apply that all over the face, and this is just going to even out my skin complexion, and it's going to cover some dark areas. For concealer today, I'm using this Rimmel London concealer, and this is in the shade 125 Light, and I'm just going to do a triangle underneath my eyes, well, an upside down triangle. And what this is going to do is going to cover my dark circles, and at the same time I want it to highlight that area, and I also want to highlight the forehead, the chin, the jawline. I usually do the cupid's bow, but I forget sometimes. And following that, I'm just going to do a quick contouring with this foundation. It is the Laura Mercier foundation in the shade Toffee Bronze. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure to shake this foundation because it can get a little liquidy sometimes. And then I'm just going to do one pump on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to start carving out my features. I really want them super prominent. I want my face to be sculpted so we can cut someone. I'm just going to carve out the cheekbones, the jawline. I'm also going to apply this on the forehead, not too much. I'm just going to dot a few dots, and I'm just going to balance out the bronze. I'm not going to do anything to the forehead. I don't feel like I have the biggest forehead in the world, so I don't really need to contour it that much. And then I'm also going to do two parallel lines on my nose, and what this is going to do is going to create an illusion of shadows, making my nose appearing longer and slimmer. Now with one side of the beauty blender, I'm just going to blend everything in, and with the other side of the beauty blender, I'm going to blend the foundation from Laura Mercier. And I do wish that I moved a little bit more faster because the foundation was getting a little dry, the Laura Mercier one, so it was quite hard to blend it out. So that happens a lot, so that's why I kind of hurry every time I do a cream or a liquid contouring. But whatever, it was all fine. It ended up being blended perfectly to my satisfaction. To set the concealers and the foundation, I'm using this Laura Mercier translucent powder, and you guys know this stuff is the bomb. I don't really need to repeat it to you. What I do is I hit the back of it, and then the product is gonna come out of the holes, and then I hit the lid so the product that's all over the lid falls back into the main plate of the container, and it doesn't spill all over me when I open the lid. And with a dry beauty blender, it is your preference. To be honest, I like to apply my powders with a dry beauty blender rather than a wet beauty blender, so it's just personal preferences here. But I'm just gonna apply this powder all over the areas that I applied my concealer, and what this is going to do is going to set the concealer and foundation in place. It's going to prevent creasing, and it's also going to highlight that area, and I'm also going to let it bake for a few minutes. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with the Toffee Bronze Foundation. I'm going to set it, but I'm going to do that with a bronzer. And this is the Sephora bronzer in the shade Honey Heat, one of my favorite bronzers at the moment. I swear to God, it is the most beautiful bronzer in the world. But I say that about all the bronzers, so don't pay attention to that. I'm just literally going to apply that bronzer on the exact same areas that I applied my Laura Mercier foundation. And this is just going to set it and make my face a little bit more bronzed. We let the translucent powder by Laura Mercier sit on our skin for long enough, and this is just going to give us a different finish, a smoother finish, and it definitely is going to affect the finish of our makeup. I swear to God, bacon is the bomb. I'm just going to sweep all the excess powder with this brush and then blending it in. With my favorite eyeshadow palette from Essence, this is All About Sunrise, I will take a Q-tip and the Corner Champagne Vanilla really shiny shade. I'm just going to dot a dot on the tip of my nose, and then I'm going to do a line along the bridge of my nose, and this is going to accentuate my nose and make it a little bit more slimmer and make it look thinner and shinier. Taking my Shading Light Kat Von D Contour and Highlighting Palette, which is almost dead. I have hit pan on all of them almost. I'm just going to take the center bronzer and I'm just going to start creating again 2 lines along my nose, and this is going to create shadows. I know they're looking super harsh at the moment, but we're going to blend it out, don't you worry. All we're creating here is natural shadows to make our nose look slimmer and longer. Now my quick tip is apply Fix Plus once I applied all my powders. I'm not applying any blush today. I kind of want to just be bronzed. And before the MAC Fix Plus dries onto your skin completely, once it's a little wet and damp and sticky, I'm just going to apply my highlighter, which in this case is Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics, the collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. And I'm just going to apply that on the highest points of the cheeks, on the cupid's bow, and on the chin. And really, this is going to make your highlight pop. They're gonna see us from the moon. This is the best tip ever, and it all is because your highlight is drying with the MAC Fix Plus at the same time. For the eyes, I'm taking NYX Jumbo Pen in the shade Milk, and I'm just going to apply that Jumbo Pen all over the lid, and this is going to make my eyeshadow stand out even more. It's just gonna be a base. My main eyeshadow today is this NARS eyeshadow in the shade Himalaya, and these are the individual eyeshadows, which is a stunning eyeshadow. I really love it. It's so beautiful. I swear it's really, really pretty. Really similar shade to this is YDK from the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. They're the exact same. Now picking up my Essence eyeshadow palette, I'm mixing these 2 light brown shimmery eyeshadows, and I'm just going to blend them on the crease area just to make sure that the Himalaya eyeshadow is completely blended and that there are no harsh lines. Picking up my brown eye pencil from Essence, I'm just going to apply this on the lower waterline, and I'm also going to apply this on my upper waterline. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do a kind of liner with this brown pen, but this is just going to go a little bit above my lash line, but I'm not going to leave it harsh. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I'm just going to start smudging the brown eyeshadow all over to make sure that it is really smudged and that you can't really tell that it's a line. And instead it's going to be kind of like a smoky line. Now I'm just going to apply some mascara to my upper lashes. This one is the Maybelline Volume Express. Going back in with Himalaya, I'm just going to buff that on the lower lash line and smoke it out, making sure that the lash line is not empty or naked. For lashes today, I'm using the Red Cherry Lashes 523, and the glue that I use is this duo eyelash adhesive, and this one is the dark tone one, which means that it dries black, which is perfect for me. It always works when it dries black. What I usually do is always I place my eyelash in the center of my eyelash line, and then I place the outer lash as close to my natural lashes as possible. And then I move into the inner corner part of the eyelash, and then I place it as close to my lash line as possible. This technique always works for me. It never does me wrong. It always works. For lipstick today, I'm using this 915 Blushing Beige lipstick by Maybelline, and this is just like a nice pinkyish nude lipstick. One of my favorite. These Maybelline lipsticks are the best. I swear I love them. And then just on top of that, I'm going to pick up MAC Rosy Rim Lip Liner, and I'm just going to start lining my lips. I'm not gonna overline my lips. You guys know I have really full lips already. There's no need for that. To finish up the look, I'm taking MAC Fix Plus, and this is going to set all the makeup in place. So that's everything for this makeup look, you guys. I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Mwah.